This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
And welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first two guests are both here from Alpena Civic Theater, and we're here to talk about our town. I have Jay Kettler and Richard Lessard. Good morning, guys, and welcome.
Good morning. How are you today, Nancy?
I'm doing very well. Thank you both very much for being here in our town. So, Jay, start me out. You're the director, so tell me about our town.
Our Town was a play written in late 1930s by Thornton Wilder.
Okay.
And it was stated at that time that it was the best play written in the English language since Shakespeare.
Wow.
And it's really kind of exciting. It's one of the very first plays I was ever in, and it's been a lifetime dream to direct it sometime, and Alpena Civic Theater has given me the opportunity to do that.
Wow.
It's a story about a small town in New Hampshire. Doesn't exist, but Grover's Corners, New Hampshire, located close to the Massachusetts border. And it's a story that's still current today, even though it was written in the 1940s. It's a story about family life and what perfect family life should be, and a story about love and marriage, and then a story about the afterlife.
Okay.
Three little stories in 3 acts. We've condensed that into 2 acts and made just a few little changes. And I was thrilled when we came.
Artistic license.
Pardon?
Artistic license.
Well, license anyway. I was thrilled when we had tryouts. We have a huge cast, and guys like Richard came to try out, and he didn't necessarily want the lead role or the biggest role, which is the stage manager.
Okay.
David Usher's playing that
Oh,
role.
wonderful.
But Richard tried out along with 24 other people.
Amazing.
I was able to cast everyone, and it's just a fun show to be in. We have kids that are age 13, and we have seniors that they refuse to tell me how old they are.
Okay, that works. All
But,
right. Thank you. Now, Richard, you play the role of Howie Newsom. Tell me about Howie.
Well, Howie's the milkman. He comes and goes at the beginning of practically every time segment that comes along, and he sort of lets people know that years have gone by, but the milk's still coming, and that sort of thing. Not a major role by any stretch of the imagination, but a fun one.
And as we were talking earlier, Alpena Civic Theater is known for giving local people a chance to try acting and be on stage if they've never had any experience before. Do you have any brand new people?
7.
Wow.
Yeah, Richard, I don't know if you've been on Alpena Civic Theater stage.
Yes, I have before.
But years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. And we have some middle schoolers and some high schoolers, a lot of experienced people. And we have a number of people that have come in from the community. One mom, Lisa Fluharty, brought her daughter, Connie.
Okay.
And I said, Lisa, why don't you be in the show? And she said, well, and she said, fine. So she's playing actually the role of a dead person in the cemetery.
Okay.
It's a fun show, though. They're very active, living dead. And it's the nice thing about this cast. It's the folks go back and forth, almost no scenery.
Okay.
Just tables and chairs and a few ladders thrown in and a trellis. But it's strictly an actor show. And folks like Richard are able to take a small role and make it memorable and fun. And folks who come to see our town on March 15th through the 25th, they will be entertained.
Okay, and here's some other good names on here. Marianne Heidemann and Carl Heidemann. I mean, they're known for the Rogers City Theater forever.
Marianne is this is the first time she's ever been on stage.
Oh my goodness.
She wanted to be a dead person sitting in the cemetery.
Okay.
And we talked her into doing also the role of Professor Willard, a role I originally wanted to cut from the show to save a little bit of time, but she nailed the role in auditions, and it's hilarious the way she deals this professor. And Carl plays a larger role as the father of the young girl who falls in love and gets married right on our stage.
Okay, and then we have Carol Rundell, who's well known for behind the scenes and in front of the scenes at at the theater, and Diane Lozen, and let's see, who else do we have? Amanda Halsey, Scott Edgar, Dinah Rinke Gilmet. We know most of these names. Marlo Broad.
Marlo, it's fun. She is part of our church choir, and she says, I don't want a big role. I don't have time for a big role. But if you have a little something, so she's a member of, she's a soprano and an alto in our church choir. And so it's not a musical, but there are a number of musical interludes that are really quite nice.
So are there going to be any songs we're going to recognize, Richard?
Oh, yes, you'll recognize. Mostly they're church-oriented, and at the funeral and at the wedding and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And a choir practice. And Bill Powell plays a choir director, certainly not like Alpena, but he's a drunken choir director.
Okay.
I don't know how he studied to get the role so down pat, but it's a joy every time he comes on, every time he staggers onto stage. So even though it's not a comedy, there'll be lots of fun and there'll be lots of interest and lots of relaxing hometown memories.
And you know, that's one thing Alpena Civic Theater is known for too, is the easy audition practice, but getting local people involved and being out there, giving them a chance to be in theater. And do you know what your next production is that's coming up?
Actually, it's Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
Okay, I don't know anything about that one.
Well, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are two actors who are in Hamlet, the play Hamlet.
Ah.
They have no lines in Hamlet, but they are killed in Hamlet, and the only reference to them is Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. So this play centers around these two actors who never leave the stage, and they're dead, but they don't realize they're dead. They're actors, but they don't realize that they're actors. So it's a very farcical comedy, wonderful play.
Sounds wonderful. Okay, we have just enough time left again to tell us when we can come and see Our Town at Alpena Civic Theater.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, March 15th to 18th, and 22 to the 25th, 22nd to the 25th. Call for tickets, 354-3624. Box office is open afternoons, or leave a message and we'll have tickets for you.
And one thing important, they always sell out, so you need to call and get those tickets ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Box office is open today.
Thank you both very much for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. I'll be right back with Molly Stricker, and we're going to talk about Thunder Bay Theater and Robin Hood following these messages. Hi, welcome back. I'm with Molly Stricker from Thunder Bay Theater. Hi, Molly.
Hi.
I'm so excited. I had Alpena Civic Theater on last segment and you folks on now.
Yeah.
And people say there's nothing to do in our community.
I know.
Isn't that crazy? And you're so busy at Thunder Bay Theater you said all hands on deck. You don't even know how to proceed to the next moment.
Yep,
you know how blessed we are to have two wonderful theaters in our community.
Yeah.
The local theater and then the professional theater. We're very, very blessed.
Yeah, it's really wonderful to have lots of people in the community who care about the arts as much as we do. Yeah.
And this is your first production, Robin Hood, for the youth in our community.
Yep, so every year we start with our annual children's production, and we invite students in the area ages 10 to 21 to audition. And this year we cast 24 of them. So lots of younger kids, and then also a lot of our Maskers Club high schoolers, which you've probably seen on stage in other productions.
Yes.
So some familiar faces, but really talented kids who really love what they're doing. It's really fun to work with them.
And now when I think about Robin Hood, I don't think of it as a play on stage. I think of it as all the different Robin Hood movies that have been on. So how do you portray it on the stage?
Yeah, so this is an adaptation written by Tim Kelly, and it's theater for young audiences. So the story has been kind of broken down into easier, understandable parts. We are not using the Disney trope of animals or anything like that. We kind of did that last year with Jungle Book. So we actually, me as a director, have decided to take our actors and put them in a traveling acting troupe, and they have parked in the town square, and they are going to perform their show of Robin Hood for the community.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So tell me who some of the lead roles are.
So Robin Hood is being played by Joey Lanier, and he was on stage in last fall for Meet Me in St. Louis.
Okay.
And we also have some of our other high school students, Ryan Heath and Miriam Denstadt and Tara Myers and Jenna Peterson. And some of our younger kids, Clover Bailey and Alexis Peterson as well.
Wow, and you said they start at age 10 and go up to
21, yep.
21,
yep.
wow.
So it's a wide range, and they're full of energy, but they're really fun to work with.
So give me an idea of how it's going to portray on the stage the story. How does it fold out?
Yeah, so we're really playing up the comedy of the show and the slapstick and kind of stock characters of the show. So every character will be kind of a recognizable form of the villain or the evil queen or the bumbling fool. And so we're really playing with that. It'll be a very hilarious show. And we're using a lot of really great fight choreography, which Jeffrey Mindock has done for us, which we're really excited about, to get the kids fighting on stage. It's a skill that they haven't really worked with yet.
Yay.
So that's been fun. But they're using the audience. They're running through the aisles a lot. They all have fun kind of medieval-ish costumes on. And yeah, it'll be a fun kind of experience for everyone in the room.
Yay. And so is it hard as a director having 24 people in a cast?
It's fun. It's fun. It's a lot of energy. It makes me sleep well at night.
I bet.
But we go into the rehearsal room, and once we are ready to work, the kids really love what they're doing, which is really fun to be in a room with people who are doing it just because they have fun doing it. And no one's getting paid, obviously, so it's really fun to be in a room with kids who are, this is what they love to do, and they're really grateful for the opportunity that they get to do it.
And you know, when you speak of the opportunity, you know, that's so very true. Mm-hmm. When young people start in the arts, you know, then they're lifelong lovers of the arts,
Exactly.
no matter what form that it is. Plus,
Right.
who knows what they may go on to do.
Right, and it's really fun to see some of our students are pursuing this as a college degree or want to become an actor in their life, and some of our students are very clearly just doing it because they like to do it, and we love that mix of people who do it for the love and people who are actually wanting training in it, and it's really fun to kind of watch those people, like you said, progress and grow and see where they end up.
You know, and you're synonymous with working with young people and teaching them real acting skills so that they can go on with that.
Yep.
So if young people out there interested in the next production, when will that be?
So I'm also directing Peter Pan this
Oh,
year,
okay.
which will be our final show of the year, and that is our show in association with the Alpena High School Maskers Club.
Okay.
So that will be mostly high school students from Alpena High School, but we will have a few younger community members who are welcome to audition for that to fill some of the Lost Boys and the younger Wendy's brothers roles, and so those auditions will be posted starting in the fall, so a little bit from then, and then every year in March we have our annual youth production, and those auditions are at the end of December every year.
Okay, so you've had these people on board for a while then.
We have, yep.
Okay, so when can we come to see it? And will it be held at Thunder Bay Theater?
Yep, it's at the theater. It opens March 15th, and we have shows Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7:30, and Sunday at 2 for 2 weekends.
Okay.
Yep.
Will there be any music?
We will have some live music on stage. A lot of the kids play instruments, so they'll be playing a little bit. And we will have our famous yakety sax, which is a chase scene music that we always include in our children's production. So that'll be a little familiar for the audience.
So what is the regular production that's going to be next at Thunder Bay Theater?
Yep, so we're welcoming our core company back,
Yay.
which we're very excited about. We actually have another guest director from Oakland University.
Oh,
His name is Anthony Guest, and he will be directing The Odd Couple, which is next, coming up in April.
Wow. Okay, and we can look on the website or other places to see more of that.
Yep.
And we always like to encourage people to come to the theater, you know, make reservations in advance, make it a night, make it a family event, especially for a children's production. Make the reservations, give the actors the applause because that's really what they work for.
Yep.
And volunteers, we always need volunteers at the theater.
That's very true, yep. We actually just launched our new digital ticketing system. So now you can make all of your reservations online, you can pick your seats, and you can even reserve tickets for the entire year if you're ready to do that. So, so that's all digital, and you can still call me at the box office, 354-2267, if you want to make a reservation over the phone. And we definitely always need people to help us with our special events and with ushering and other things that come up.
Because you do fundraisers, ushering, you need the docents, you need people working in the ticket booth, you need people helping with signs, with stage, so many things that you need there. And I just hope people will come forward and help because I know people really want to, and sometimes they're a little nervous about the first time, but find out what a warm and friendly atmosphere it is and easy to do.
Yeah, we're fun people. We don't bite.
Okay. And so once again, tell us when we can come to Thunder Bay Theater to see Robin Hood.
Yep, March 15th through the 25th. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and Sundays at 2.
And it's a family show for everyone. Come and see it or you'll be sorry you missed it.
Yep.
Well, tell Jeffrey and everyone at the theater we all said hello.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Good morning. I am Jay Walterwright, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is the ACC portion of Talk of the Town. With me today is Cindy DeRocher. Hello, Cindy.
Well, good morning, Jay.
Could you give our viewers your title?
My title, I am the Director of Student Life Activities.
All right, Student Life Activities. Now that can be a number of different things, and that's what we're here to talk about.
Exactly.
You started in July of 2017 at the college, right?
Correct.
And you've been doing a number of amazing things lately.
Well,
I know because you and I are on committees together.
Yes, we are.
Why don't you start talking about some of the things that are happening in the near future with our students?
Okay. Well, one of the things we talked about that just happened, we just got started, is our food pantry for the students, and we just kind of got some information that maybe some of our students are hungry, and Dr. McMaster sent out an email, and lo and behold, now we have a pantry. And I remember back from being in college, there's nothing like trying to study when you're hungry. So hopefully we're meeting a need, and we have gotten some positive feedback that we are. So, and that's sometimes when people say activities, they think I'm planning all the social events. I kind of look at it as anything outside the classroom that we're trying to put together. So that's one thing a new initiation that we have going on. Another thing we have coming up real soon is March 8th is International Women's Day.
Okay.
And we're going to do a leadership conference for our staff and our students, a Women's Day leadership conference. And that's going to entail some interactive discussion. We've selected a topic, and it's going to be a lot about lifting up our women and showing them some soft skills maybe that we'll need as life moves on. So we're really looking forward. It's a short 2-hour event. We find that trying to plan activities around all our multiple schedules is sometimes we have a very tiny window. So again, March 8th, it's going to be right on campus in the Besser Tech Commons from like 1:30 to 3:30. So.
Okay, great. What else is going on?
So after that, we formulated a club, an activities committee to try and just take a survey of what goes on, what's happening, how can we get a master calendar together so we can help coordinate some things. And so that activities committee is planning an event on March 14th in the gymnasium, which will be a combination of some social fun. All of our on-campus clubs will be there to set up tables so students can find out more information about what type of activities they can participate, whether it's honorary club or the nursing society or whatever we have. So along with that, we're going to have some food, some music, some karaoke, a photo booth, just a good day of fun. We're trying to get maybe a drone demonstration, so just a multiple of all the things we do at ACC.
Great.
So.
Well, I know that in the survey that I conducted recently, a lot of our students talked about wanting to have social opportunities and also activities outside of class to get together to get to know each other and to have fun.
Exactly, and sometimes we found that's a little bit hard being. Not all students live right there on campus, and we have a lot of non-traditional students. So that's what we're trying to really, what can we offer a bunch of little things to meet all the desires and wants and needs of our students, and that's what we're trying to look at. We're actually going to be doing more surveys there that day, and you know, I've had different topics be brought to me. We have one of our professors is starting a new downhill ski club, so some new activities coming on board. So let's hope that on March 14th, and that event goes from 4 in the afternoon till 7 in the evening, so that we can get a bunch of students out and drop by and let us know what they'd like to see.
Great. So what are the student groups on campus right now?
We have the Beta Club, which is a lot about gaming, and we have the Nurses Association, we have Phi Theta Kappa, the Math Society, the Language Society, we have the Student Leadership Commission. So those are some of the committees now. The committee that we just recently formed involves some students from College Park Apartments, which I manage, and that now that we have those students who we've identified as people who want to participate in some of the social things, the students actually helped us plan the March 14th event. So, so then we, as part of our staff, we have on that same committee we have Noelle from the Wellness Gym. She's covering recreation and wellness and what goes on over at the gym. And we have Yvonne White from the Tutoring Center and Kendra McInerney from the library. So we're just really trying to get a mix of what do our students like, and the academic out of the classroom, or the educational programming, the cultural programming, the social programming, and the recreational type activities. So.
We've got about 2 minutes left, but I wanted to have you talk a little bit about April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month and things that the college might be doing.
Okay, yeah, as April is, as you just mentioned, Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we want to do some educational activities, which we have done every April, and all colleges participate in that sort of event. And this year we have an idea of maybe building a labyrinth, which is really with everything that's gone on this year, and with the Me Too movement, with what's going on here in Michigan, at Michigan State, we were like, what could we focus on about the healing of some of the things that go on? And that idea popped in our head, and we're in the very infant stages of doing that, but a labyrinth is oftentimes seen as a meditation and healing, and it also flows within our art and history, and it's something that the students could get their hands on and be involved in. So that might be one of our projects that we get going, and then we also do some educational programming. Last year they had a movie night, so we're putting that all together right now and looking for students to be on that committee. We work with Hope Shores in doing that as well. So.
I'm glad you mentioned them. They've been to a lot of our meetings, and they're great partners.
Yes, they are great partners.
Okay.
So.
Well, we only have about 30 seconds left. Is there anything else you want to say?
Well, it's been a great year for me so far of learning all the things that we do at ACC, and we're trying to get a catalog and get a master calendar built for the future where we're all coordinating all of our activities. So it's fun, and it's been great being on all those committees.
Well, you're doing a great job, Cindy. I very much appreciate everything that you're doing to help our students.
Thank you, Jay.
That's all of our time. I am Jay Walterwright, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.